Lexi, I told you about this. I just asked you, baby, to tell me the truth. It's not crying or nothing. What did you do to it? Have you watched the news of the girls that what they do to their babies and what they go to jail? I was crying.
I'm sure at first she didn't know she was pregnant, but you can't tell me that she went 9 months without knowing she was pregnant. Hello, my name is Crystal. Welcome to my channel. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I hope you're having a great day. Going forward, I'm going to try to post around 2 to 3 times a week. Today we'll be discussing Alexi Trevizo. Now before we dive in, I do have to issue a trigger warning because there is a death of a baby in this story. If this story is not for you, I completely understand. Please join us for the next video instead. Otherwise, let's dive in. Alexi was a 19-year-old high school cheerleader from New Mexico, and on January 27, 2023, she went to the hospital complaining of back pain. The nurses and doctors are running all of these tests to try to figure out what's wrong with Alexi. She's complaining of intense back pain. Normal practice when a woman comes in to the hospital or doctor's office complaining of back pain is that they're going to ask if you're pregnant. And that's due to if you're having a miscarriage, you could have intense back pain, or during pregnancy, you have abdominal pain, back pain, you have round ligament pain, you're growing. While they're trying to determine what's wrong, they ask Alexi, is there a possibility of that you could be pregnant? And this is so that they can do process of elimination, which Alexi quickly shuts down. There's no way I'm pregnant, I'm a virgin. So if you're a virgin, there's no way you could be pregnant, right? Alexi suddenly feels the urge to have a bowel movement. So of course she goes to the bathroom. In this picture here, you can see her holding her back or holding her butt. And when she's in the bathroom, it's not clear if the results came back before she went or during, but that's when the doctors and nurses found out that she is pregnant. The doctors haven't confirmed with Alexi that they know the truth. And a nurse realizes Alexi's been in the bathroom for quite some time. So they knock on the door. Is everything okay? Alexi says she's fine. More time goes by, and it's to the point that the nurses say, Alexi, if you don't come out, we're going to go in. We will open the door. A few moments later, Alexi emerges from the bathroom. And inside the bathroom is really a crime scene. You can tell that she's been cleaning up blood. Now, this is where panic sets in. Alexi's bleeding. They don't know if she tried to hurt herself, if she's having a miscarriage. What they know is that she was in the bathroom for around 18 minutes. There's blood everywhere. So their concern is now what happened. And something to note is it's really important if someone's having a miscarriage that the doctors and nurses confirm that all the tissue has been passed by the body, because if it's not, you can get an infection or the heavy bleeding can actually lead to a hemorrhage. So now Alexi's back in the room at the hospital, and with the way that the bathroom is left, there's no way another patient can use that bathroom until it's clean. So they call for a cleaner to come clean up the mess. And as she's doing so, she, goes to change the garbage. She lifts it and it's heavy. It has some weight to it. And of course, she thinks that's strange. What's in there? Paper towel? So she went through the garbage and there was a clean liner put on top. And what she discovered was a bag that had a baby inside of it. She quickly shows it to the nurses, but unfortunately, it's too late. The baby was deceased. Now, the nurses and doctors know that only one person used the bathroom in between that time, and that's Alexi. So did Alexi give birth in 18 minutes in the bathroom alone and then put the baby in the garbage? Now, I just have to pause and say how devastating this story is. My heart goes out to, of course, that poor baby, but also to the cleaner that found the baby. I can't imagine how traumatizing that is. And as a mother myself, it's truly heartbreaking to think that someone could be so callous and just dispose of a baby like that. They're basically disposing of this baby like they're trash, and it just breaks my heart. I don't know how she gave birth alone, and I know that women can give birth alone. There's lots of strong people out there, strong women, that can give birth solo. That being said, giving birth is not easy, especially for your first time as a young woman. The labor pains and delivery, they're intense. She was surrounded by nurses and doctors, her mom, and she chose to go through labor alone. It's sad to think that she gave birth alone in a bathroom. And I'm not saying I have sympathy for her actions because I know what she did was terrible and unforgivable. After watching some police camera footage, it really helped me understand the relationship that Alexi had with her mother and maybe why it led to the decisions that she made. Again, not saying that her decisions were correct, they're disgusting and cowardly in my mind. The doctors and nurses, they find this baby, so obviously they have to get the police involved. I'm going to play some of the body camera footage from the hospital so you can see the reaction of when Alexi finds out that they know the truth.
We discovered a dead baby in the bathroom. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry. It came out of me and I didn't know what to do. Lexi, I told you about this. I just asked you, baby, to tell me the truth. It was not crying or nothing. What did you do to it?
Okay, stop right here. Stop. Number one priority, guys. Number one priority is she just had a baby. I don't know if she's delivered the placenta. She's bleeding significantly.
Yeah.
I've spoken to the obstetrician at Loveless. They want her out there as soon as possible.
Okay.
I need your permission to transfer her for medicals. She needs to
She's
be
19.
Oh, you're right.
But she is a student too.
She's
No,
still
but
19
you're
years
you're
old.
right. You're right. She needs to. I'm sorry, I forgot she's 19.
Keep out of me.
But you need to make sure that you're safe. I need to send you to Loveless to labor and delivery. Will you please agree to that?
Yes.
Okay, great. I'm gonna work on that. In terms, I'm sorry about this, but in terms of delivering a baby and it looked like you tried to hide it, we do have to have the police involved.
Nothing was crying. It came out with nothing.
I know. But the baby's gonna have to be taken for autopsy and there'll be an investigator and everything. I'm really sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. But we need to do this correctly. And I want to be transparent with you about what our steps are going to be.
Do you guys have, I'm the charge nurse here, do you guys have any questions for me?
Like how big is the baby?
It's full term.
What? 9 months? Nothing was crying. Let's see. Have you watched the news of the girls that what they do to their babies and what they go to jail? Nothing was crying.
That's a lot to unpack. I'm happy that the head nurse stopped the doctor and said, she's 19. She's not a child. She's actually an adult. And obviously that's not what he said, but you know what I mean. And I understand she's in high school. She's a young adult, but nonetheless, she is an adult. So her mother has no say. She cannot make any choices for her. I do believe that Alexi made choices out of fear of her mother. I think she was scared to tell her mother the truth about her pregnancy. And instead of admitting it, she'd rather lie. Go through 9 months of lying. I'm sure at first she didn't know she was pregnant, but you can't tell me that she went 9 months without knowing she was pregnant. I'm going to include an image here of her in her cheerleading outfit. And I know that we shouldn't comment on women's weight. It's not okay. I mean, look at me. I'm not in the best shape of my life. But I feel like there's a difference between fat and a pregnant belly, especially on a thin, slim figure, an athletic build. So I believe that Alexi knew she was pregnant. I think she chose to lie to everyone and be in denial. And it's hard to believe that no one else knew she was pregnant just by looking at her. And sure, I guess she could wear baggy clothes to try and hide it. But in that cheerleading picture, come on. It's just hard for me to believe that the mother also had no idea. I understand that Alexi's a patient and they're obviously concerned for her well-being. So the doctor interrupted her conversation with her mom, but I wish that she didn't. I really want to know what else she would have said. And again, I get it. She's a patient. They're concerned for her blood loss. And, I mean, she just delivered a baby. They don't have the resources to handle it. So she needs to be transferred out. And when watching that video clip, when Alexi keeps calling the baby a thing, nothing was crying. My heart is just completely shattered. The amount of denial that she's in. She kept saying nothing was breathing. Why can't you just say the baby wasn't breathing? Like, you grew this baby. You felt it kick. You gave birth to it and you can't even call it a baby? Do you think she was so clouded in denial that she forgot that, hey, the baby's going to come out at some point? Or do you really truly think that she just did not believe she was pregnant? Like that TLC show, I didn't know I was pregnant. And Alexi was 19. I understand being scared. It's hard to be a young mother. But put the baby up for adoption. Anything else but this. She didn't want to admit to having sex in front of her mom. Why couldn't she just ask her mom to leave? Ask to speak to the doctors and nurses privately. It's obvious that she couldn't be honest in front of her mother. But I'm wondering if her mom wasn't with her, could this have ended differently? Her mother seems like someone that rules with an iron fist. It's her way or it's the highway. And she was so afraid of her mother that she would rather go through the entire pregnancy, 9 months, in labor and delivery alone. I don't think being scared of her mother excuses this behavior at all, but it's just something that I've kind of noticed. They end up transferring Alexi to another hospital to make sure that she's stable. She ends up actually going back to high school, goes to prom with the baby daddy. And around 4 months after this incident, Alexi was charged and arrested for first-degree murder and tampering with evidence. This is after the autopsy proved that that baby did take a breath of oxygen. The baby was born alive and was breathing prior to Alexi putting the baby in a bag, tying it, and throwing it in the garbage. Turns out she did name the baby after all, and the baby's name was Alex. And when the police went to arrest Alexi, her mother just pisses me off so much, irks me, gets under the skin. Let me show you a clip.
I'll bring her out. Just tell me what's going on.
For her arrest.
Okay.
I will give it to her whenever.
Can I see her warrant?
She can see the warrant when she gets arrested.
This is my house. I
Right.
have a right to see the warrant.
I'm letting you know she has a warrant for her arrest. We don't have a search warrant for your house. We have a warrant for her arrest.
Okay, can we see the warrant?
Yeah, once we,
She gets a copy of it.
Can I go up there when you take her up there?
You can go to the detention. Do you know where it is?
Everything?
It's
Okay,
nowhere.
so what is she under arrest for?
She's over 18. She's got a copy.
I understand that,
Right.
Detective Gonzalez.
Right.
What is she under arrest for?
She has a warrant for arrest. Okay?
For what?
That's all I'm going to tell you. Okay?
What do you mean that's all you're going to tell me?
I mean, she's over the age of 18.
I understand that, but I have a right to know as well.
And we'll tell you that, but we
Okay,
need
then let
the
me know
cooperation.
now.
We need the cooperation.
Let me know now. I'm giving you the cooperation. I told you answer my question. What is she under arrest for?
Like I said, she's over the age of 18. Like, that's not, that we can't really put that information, but if you bring her out here, we'll tell you.
What is she under arrest
If you bring her out here,
for?
we'll tell you right in front of you.
No, I'm not bringing her out here yet. Let me know what she's under
She's
arrest
gonna
for.
get arrested regardless, ma'am. I mean, I don't know why.
For what? For what? For what?
Are you okay with telling me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Tell me.
Homicide. Open count of homicide. And tampering with evidence.
Tampering with evidence
Yes.
at the hospital? I have a right to see a warrant. It doesn't matter if she's over the age of 18. This is my house. You have a right. You have to show me that warrant.
If we are searching her house.
Even if she's under arrest, you have to show me the
It's
warrant.
up to her.
I apologize for the loud wind in the video. I know it bothered me. I'm sorry if it bothered you. But doesn't her mother irk you? Oh my gosh. Your daughter is an adult. They do not have to tell you what she's under arrest for. And it's not like they're saying that they're not going to tell her. They're just saying, bring her outside, go get her, and I'll tell you. I just thought that she's so rude to the officers. And I understand, you know, a parent wanting to protect their child, but come on. Oh my goodness. And the officers were probably so frustrated, but I wish that they didn't cave and that they didn't tell her. This woman clearly has never been told no in her life. And it really shows. I don't know the laws in America, or I don't even know the laws in Canada, but I wonder if they could have just went in the house and grabbed her, you know, or arrested the mom for obstruction, like something. Eventually, they do arrest Alexi, which you can see here. I'm assuming her mother, but who knows? Of course, Alexi got a lawyer real quick, and they actually filed a lawsuit against the hospital. This lawsuit is in the civil court system, and it's for wrongful death. And it's a complaint on behalf of Alexi's baby, Alex. They're seeking damages against the hospital, so the doctor and the nurses that took care of Alexi during her stay. They claim that the hospital actually provided Alexi with medication that was not safe for a pregnant woman. Even though upon her arrival to the hospital, she claimed that she wasn't pregnant. She claimed that she's a virgin. So a new update, which is really a win for the defense, is the New Mexico 5th Judicial District Court ruled that all the video evidence at the hospital and Alexi's confession was not admissible during the trial, or it would not be during the future trial because the trial hasn't happened yet. They're saying that it's actually protected under the doctor-patient privilege. And the state challenged this ruling with the New Mexico Supreme Court, and they're awaiting the results. The state's entire case really relies on that video evidence as well as Alexi's confession. So it's going to be interesting what the ruling is. The trial is set to take place sometime next year in 2026. And I'm curious what your opinion is on this case. But that's all I have for you today. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I hope you have a great day. Bye.